Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn, Supportive Oracle Cards, Magical Spell Cards by Lucy Cavendish. Alright. What do we... Oh, there's a... Wow. Okay, hold on. Right off the bat, there was a bunch. Okay. Let's get these cards. Okay. Going into the situation, there's a lot of, well, you got a lot of prosperous cards, prosperity being one of them. Confidence, prosperity, and joy. And it's all being held together by the Four of Pentacles. Something is going well. And I feel like it's just, it feels like it's very repetitive. But it's kind of like, you know what, as long as we keep doing it this way, we don't have problems. And I feel like I can do that. If that's what we need to do, I can do that. I can do that. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I can do that. The confidence seems to be like, I feel like if I keep it the same way, it makes it easier for me to, see if somebody starts stepping out of line. Not that I would stop them from doing that, but if I see that, it's like I need to look at that a little closer to make sure that that's good. And but I still want to keep it the same way. I want to keep it the same. I'm happy keeping it the same. Things go well. And it's kind of like, no, I feel like even if people are stepping out of line or doing things a little bit more random, a little bit more spontaneous, you're like, you know what, I understand that. I respect that type of thing and doing things that way, but I don't think right now is the way to do that. I think right now we got to do it in the right order at the right time. I think we got to stay on point, on schedule, stay in sequence, and I think that that's why we've been doing so good up to this point, and let's keep doing it that way. It's not like Scorpio isn't really very rigid usually, but I feel like in this situation it's kind of like I think we're going to keep a much better situation. It's like there's some factors here that don't work well. But if we keep with this situation, we keep with this pattern, with this flow, they don't seem to be a problem. So let's try to keep going with that. Let's try to keep in suit with that. And I feel like you're getting the support around you. The Page of Pentacles, it's the Princess, which the Princess kind of wavers between the Knight and Page energy for me when I read them. The Prince and Princess in this deck tend to do that. They kind of waver back and forth between Page and Knight energy, depending on where they fit best. And I'm getting like, people seem to be following and seeming to promote what you're saying. The Scorpio seems to think if we keep in line with this, it keeps going well. And I have to say, I kind of agree. And let's keep this going well as long as we can. Let's just keep following suit. You have support here. This is good. Now I'm noticing the Seven of Cups though. Even though people are following suit, even though they're staying in line with the way things are going and the way you kind of want to keep them going, they're proposing like, could we do it maybe like this going forward? Like just something to consider. Could we maybe do it like that going forward? Like something to consider. And they're bringing forward things kind of like, I'm starting to think this is getting stale. Can we do something a little bit different? Just some possibilities that may be acceptable to you. I feel like you're taking this stuff in and you're kind of looking at it. And you got letting go with let true love come to me. No, true love... Something like, true love come to me. Letting go, true love come to me. And you got the Ten of Cups too, right on top of it, by the way. So you want to keep getting along. And I feel like you're kind of like, well, I understand it does get a little stale. I'm kind of feeling it's a little stale. It's going well, though. And you're kind of like hemming and hawing, like, I don't know. It's been going well. I don't really want to upset the apple cart, but, the way it's going, sooner or later it might be a problem anyway. I'm happy and they're happy, and I want to keep whoever I'm dealing with happy. So, and they seem like they're really unhappy. Like they really want things to change. The thing is, I'm getting the glamour here. This is like a heads up for the people this is really hitting for. Because it feels like the energy coming to you, these other possibilities, people are making you feel like, I need some type of change. But they might be playing that up. It may be not as bad as they're playing it up. Like, oh, I'm getting so bored with this. Oh, I don't want to keep doing it like this. It's getting so stale. it's not really that bad as they're playing it up. They're just trying to really encourage you to make a change. Um, are you going to do this? I do think you're going to. Are you or aren't you? The Knight of Swords or the Knight of Wands comes in the environment. A change is made. I don't really feel like you are approving it, but it's not like, I don't know, it's you're not saying let's do this, let's say that. You're not saying okay, let's do that. You're not doing that. It's happening. So I don't know if you, I don't know. It's just when it's happening, it's kind of shocking you. I'm noticing that. Something comes in, changes the situation up. You got the Tower card, like what's going on? Like what are you doing? When that moment happens, I feel like because like they're not giving you the heads up before they do it. Somebody's changing something and they're not giving you the heads up. The Ten of Swords happens here, which is telling me when people just randomly make decisions and you need to see or you need to decide whether that's right or not. They're not really, they're just working around you. This is going to cause a problem. So the Ten of Swords happens, kind of like that randomness of this happening is not okay. It's kind of like, no, you should have talked with me before you did that. That's your energy. Kind of like, no, you should have talked with me before you did that. And I don't know if this is good or not. We need to kind of hold up here. We need to wait before we go forward with this change. They're pushing forward very strongly with this. They are pushing forward very strongly. The Five of Wands comes in with this Ten of Swords. Like there's an argument. There's some type of combat going on between you and them. Probably verbal, I'm assuming. But they've got the Queen and King of Wands. Like this is fire energy. It's a very demanding energy. No, we need to change. No, I've decided. No, this is good. No, we need to do this. And they're making it look like there's a lot behind them on this. They have good cheer and they have justice. Is this really good? Justice is showing up again in a minute. It's a random change that's coming in for you. Other people are just running with it. They have good cheer with justice. I do feel like this is going to make a positive change. I just don't think the way it's coming forward is very respectful to you. That's the catch-22 here. I don't know. I don't feel good about that. Because I feel like you have to like step back for a second and be like, all right, wait a minute. You have to step back and be like, wait. Let me just think about what's actually happening. Is it good or is it not? So let me just take myself out of the equation. What I see happening, is it good or is it not? And it does seem like it is good. But it takes you a minute to kind of step back and be like, all right, wait a minute. That's not really how this should have happened. That's not how this should have went forward. But since it's already happening and it seems to be pushing forward pretty strongly, is this actually good for the situation? I'm just going to take my feelings out of it. If I just look at it analytically, just looking at it on paper, is this going to work out? And I feel like you come to a spot with the Empress, which don't get caught up in the gender, but it's basically saying, all right, you know what, this is what's best for everybody. I'm not really a fan about how it came forward, but I can be gracious about it because the situation itself is still going well. People wanted to change. This change is acceptable. Instead of trying to fight it and put it back the way it was, because not for nothing, I feel like you were getting kind of bored of the way it was too. You're like, all right, we'll go with it. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk to people about it, and I'm going to tell them, listen, you're not going to do it that way again. Next time, this is how you handle it. But let's roll with it for this time. Because it seems to be benefiting everybody. But you're also making it very well known. I don't like the way you did that. Justice. The Justice card comes out again. Everything does pan out. It pans out very well. I'm getting, in the environment, this was the best possible decision. It may not have gone off the best. Like the timing, the way it was handled, may not have been the best. But the outcome, it was time for this to happen. It did work out. It was very bountiful. It was very plentiful. I feel like you do like it too. The thing is, I feel like you have to keep in touch with people and you're going to kind of remind them, like, listen. This went well this time. I went along with you this time because, and this is why, and you're highlighting, all of this went in line the way it was supposed to. All of this went well. But the way you did it, not okay. I'm telling you, don't expect me to be okay with it if you do that again. Because it's because of the justice and and how well it turned out for everybody. I was like, all right, since it's going well for everybody, I was like, okay, let's let this keep going, and I went with it. But you're just coming forward very honestly, just like, don't expect me to just go okay every time you pull these little stunts, because I'm not. I also see organization and imagination coming forward. You seem to have to keep this more on point after this. You're kind of like, all right, there's certain people I gotta keep my eye on because they get ideas and they just go forward with these ideas. So I gotta get a little closer to that energy before they pull a fast one on me again. Because I feel like the overall energy is like, yeah, it worked out, but I don't like the idea of that just randomly happening. Because I feel like there has to be a little bit more control with this. I don't like that. So I feel like the organization with imagination is like, instead of wondering what's going on with these people, whoever this is, I feel like you might get closer and you might stay a little closer. Like, keep me in the loop with what you're thinking. Keep me in the loop of what you're considering. That way we don't have to have any type of snafus or problems going forward. And I feel like that's the whole thing with this reading. You want to stay close to this energy because I feel like that one-time success could breed more issues like this. But if you keep close to it, I don't think it should be a problem. As long as you want to keep a very close eagle eye on it, I would say. All right, I think we're good. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.